From the celebrated Yellow Dog Studios in the heart of Wimberley, Texas, you're listening to the Bad Truth Podcast with your hosts, Michael and Adam.
It's Texas in the summertime. Let's throw all those gigs outside.
You said in the last podcast you all like baseball.
Yeah,
you all been getting into baseball.
We're getting into a lot of Stros games on the thing, and we went to we were in Wisconsin and we went to a Milwaukee Brewers game.
Oh, nice!
That was awesome because that stadium is fantastic, and probably one of the fastest games that ever.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy, and it was high of like 87 degrees.
Dude, I've been really getting into minor league baseball.
Oh, how are you?
Yeah, but not the games or the sport, just the hats.
Dude, the hats and the team names are the friggin' best.
Dude, so 33 teams right now.
Dude, that's awesome.
Hold on. There's 33 teams that are participating in this Copa tournament where they change some of them just do straight Spanish translations of the team name. Some don't change them at all. But oh my God, I'm like Adam now.
Now you got my gravel.
But some of the Texas teams,
dude,
they changed the name and the uniform. It's crazy. And so I've been trying to get these hats. So I played this. Are we going?
Yeah, we're going.
So I was with John Bauman a couple weeks. I don't know when this is coming out. And again, no bell. No bell.
No bell.
It's the Nobel Prize. Okay. So we played the stadium where the Midland, what are they called? The Hounds? No, the something Rock Hounds.
Nice.
But they changed their uniform for part of the season to these crazy colors, and they're called the Mata Moscas, which is basically a fly swatter.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So there's a fly swatter on the hat swinging at a fly. That's the team name.
I want that hat, dude.
Doesn't that literally translate to like fly killer?
I think so.
Or killer, whatever it is. Yeah, fly killer. Moscas is flies, no?
I think so.
Because in Italian is mosca. I know. Since you asked.
Yeah.
Okay, so San Antonio, they're called the flying, I don't know what the Spanish word for flip-flops are. Chaclas. Yeah, they're the flying those. Chaclas. It's a hat with the flaming flip-flop on it.
Are you serious, dude? That's amazing.
Yeah, Corpus has one too. They're the snow cones. But I don't know what snow cones is in Spanish, but that's what they're called in Spanish.
Nice. Dude, that's awesome.
I think Round Rock is the Koopa, that thing. What's the monster?
Chupacabra.
Yeah, the Chupacabra, yeah.
Dude, I need to get some of these hats.
Yeah, so a lot of them have changed. There's like some crazy one. I think there's one in like San Bernardino. They're like the Cucuis or whatever that is. It's like the boogeyman or something. Yeah. It's nuts. So they've all changed the hat. So I've been like collecting all these.
That is awesome.
Minor league. Okay. Was this what we're doing?
This is what we're on baseball.
I don't even like baseball. I'm collecting the hats because they're hilarious. Okay. So
here we
as
are.
you know.
Yes.
Are we going?
Oh, we're going.
Okay. So we've developed, all because of you, Adam, the Von Odor Equation.
Ah, yes.
You want to explain what the Von Odor Equation is, or do you want me to do it?
I think you should do it.
Oh, man. Okay. So it's a very, very simple mathematical equation that we hope to turn into a T-shirt.
I think it's going to become a T-shirt.
Basically, what it is, it's a formula for finding out why your last album failed.
Yes.
So we do all the calculations. Very, very simple, but very beautiful equation, if I might say so.
It took a lot of years to develop.
Yeah, it's basically your album times the number of songs on it equals the reasons why your last record failed.
Your last record failed. It's that simple.
It is that simple. And in addition to this, you're probably going like, this is how you're going to start, by dogging people's records? No. We're just saying, some people don't know why, but dude, the light in here is crazy.
Dude, yeah, it's looking good.
Okay. So when artists get on social media, or the person for the artist gets on social media,
Yeah.
in preparation, promotion of the new record that's going to be coming out, I wrote down some things that I've been noticing.
Yeah.
They're hurtful to me.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. When the new record is recorded, you always hear this. This is the best experience I've ever had in the studio.
Yes.
We had such a great time in the studio. Incredible producer, the studio musicians, everything. And let me just tell you why that bugs me and why that's hurtful.
Yeah.
Because this is the exact same thing they were saying while you were recording their last record.
Oh, I know.
The exact same thing. They were talking about how the last record they did was garbage. They didn't like where the producer was taking things. But now, the one you're actually recording while you're with them, they're telling you personally, oh, this is amazing. I can't wait to this new,
Yep. That's, yeah.
So fast forward for the next record that you're not, because this is how.
Because then they go to the next producer.
Yeah. David Grissom explained this to me. He goes, it doesn't matter who you are or how well you played or how well the record did. You play on one record, you're not on the next one, and then you're back on the one after that. It's just how it always is. You never expect to, keep playing with the same guy. If you like 2 in a row, is like it's something's weird going on.
Yep.
That's usually how it is. So he said that's just how his career's always been too. He's like, you're on one, you're not on the next, and then maybe the next one down, you're back on again.
You come back on. Yep.
Yeah. But when you hear and see all this stuff on social media, I guess they have to say that, right?
They've gotta hype it up.
This new one, this whole experience has been amazing. I can't wait till this record comes out, and like you're not on that one.
Yeah.
And you were hearing the exact same thing. That's just me. Is that hurtful?
Oh, no,
am I now the guy wearing the diapers now, like all the other guys that wear diapers? Or is that me now doing the same thing?
No, it's hurtful because it's the most hurtful part about the whole thing is just the fact that it's this it's the canned response. It's just like, oh, that's when you realize that when they were telling you that you were pretty and they liked your hair.
Yeah, so every guy and everyone included on the last record is going like, what?
Yeah. They're like, oh, I thought you said that about me, and now you're saying this about the.
So now you're wondering, when they're recording that record with all different everything, are they saying the same thing that they said when you were recording the one previous?
You've got to wonder that, or
I'm wondering,
or as the studio guy, you just do your job and be like, hey, and hope you get another call.
Let me tell you something. I don't care how shitty the song is. I'm going to put something cool on there.
You and we've done a lot of records together, and I've never once seen you phone something in.
No.
No matter what it is, you are there, and you're in the moment, you're with the players, and you're working out something cool. What
I do think is, okay, I'm playing this one time, and I can do whatever I want, and who cares who plays it live? Good luck, buddy. But I'm not like that, though, usually. I'm thinking, like, is this guy going to have fun playing this?
Yes. Like, you're thinking about the band, and you're thinking ahead. Which goes into a conversation that you and I actually had before we started recording. And I brought it up because of another friend of ours kind of brought this up. Our friend Ben Hussey, who's an amazing producer and bass player and stuff. But we go into sessions thinking about the band that's going to be playing these songs. And there's been a lot of bands lately that they don't even listen to the record of the band they're playing for. So it's like there's licks that there might be harmonized licks that you play on bass and a steel guitar plays or electric guitar plays that goes together that no one ever heard. Like they just didn't listen to it and didn't learn it. And it's like, well, no, the producer probably put all that stuff together to help enhance a song. So there was a musical lift there going into the bridge, say.
Why spend all that time in the studio to just
have a band that doesn't want to recreate what you did, what you just paid for to bring the best out of your songs?
Can you expect band guys that don't play in the studio normally to be able to do justice? Is there some kind of curve that you expect?
Here's the deal. When you like you being the big Maiden fan and stuff like that, you were inspired when you were younger to learn those parts. Like you heard that and you were like, that is cool. I want to learn how to do that. And you woodshedded. So I would think that if you're in a band that just got a new record done with some studio musicians and stuff, that I know that's when I was a kid, I wanted to learn all those bass parts. Like I wanted to know why that lick worked and what he played and how he played, and was he using open strings? What's the easiest way for me to do that little bass lick to go into the chorus?
I don't think in the Texas country scene, bass players coming up are like, I want to learn what this guy played on this record. That's cool.
Which is amazing to me because, I mean, and of course,
they're just thinking about how many gigs we got.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, it's like, well, of course, we could talk about the parts that we've played on people's records and stuff, but it's like, no matter who's in the studio, I want the bass to do something cool and, and something that's kind of memorable and something that grooves. And so, because I want it for that song, and then I want the live guy to play it that way. And I don't think they ever do. They just learn enough of the song to get through. I've watched people that...
Is that called lying to the fans?
Yeah. That's, man... You got.
But what if you
right
just
there.
Started out like not everybody can start out being as good as me.
Okay.
You got to start.
There's the new T-shirt. Right.
You got to start out at some point where you can't. Maybe your ear's not developed to hear that, but that doesn't mean you still can't play in a beginning band that's just barely getting by.
Well, here's
you got to start.
deal.
You know what I mean? Like
just because you can't play a Jamerson groove, like all his licks and stuff for a Motown song.
That's what's happening now.
Like it doesn't mean you don't work at it, and maybe you skip a lick or two, but you get the basic groove and you develop it. And and that's what's happening is these guys aren't doing
They're
it. They're
getting in bands and playing way before you would normally expect. Like they're not at a proficiency. Help me out here.
Yeah, they're not at the proficiency to get out and really play these 90-minute shows.
They're not there yet, but they're playing. People are playing right now as a professional because they're getting paid earlier and earlier in their development, way earlier in their development. And they're making careers out of this way early in their development. And I wonder, are they still growing or are they just stopped? Is that, I'm just going to barely get by on the parts here. Because let's face it, most of this country music, it doesn't take much.
Yeah, it's only a little thing here or there that's the added stuff, especially on bass.
Yeah, there's not much going on here, and you're not expected to. You don't want a guy who's too good because he's going to want to overplay everything.
Yeah,
he's not going to be happy. But then if you get the guy who's, how early are these guys playing in bands?
Well, that's it.
Are they like? Is it 2 years? I got an instrument. I'm already gigging now.
Well, and I think the other side of it too is that they hit that. Some of those guys may be 10 years in, but they hit that mark of this is good enough to get paid. And then they don't push themselves. So maybe they sit and chart the song out or whatever to learn it, but they don't learn actually what the bass line's doing. And
do you expect someone to actually learn note for note?
Not necessarily note for note, but definitely key things, key movements, if the kick drum pattern goes a certain way and the bass pattern goes, like there are definitely songs when I've sat in with bands and I'm like, oh, I've got to learn this line.
Yeah.
Like I can't just play the chords. I've got to learn the line because that's what's pushing the song.
Dude, there was a second there where I was considering playing with Sonny Sweeney.
Yeah.
And I even did some rehearsals. And I'm in there with the band. First of all, her recorded stuff is pretty cool. Like there's some really cool bass lines in there on some of the songs. And so I kind of learned that stuff and I go into like a rehearsal, kind of just playing with them. And the drummer is like, oh, okay. So I need to there's a kick pattern here.
Yeah.
Because whoever they had before was just playing whatever they wanted, just ignoring like the way the song actually goes. And I like to start from the source material first and then make changes, So I learned everything. And the drummer's like, oh, hold on. I need to go back and listen to the kick pattern. That's what you're doing there. And then we started playing and then Sonny's stopping me And she's go, hey, what's going on there? That sounded pretty cool. What is that? I said, this is your actual bass line. I'm playing. This is what's actually on your record. She goes, that sounds really cool. I want to hear that. She goes, let's play it again.
That's what's on your record.
Yeah. So I went and played it again so she could listen to the bass line over the parts. And for whatever reason, it didn't work. But, she wanted someone that sings at that point, which don't get me started on the background singers.
That'd be another podcast.
Yeah, no. But there's another thing right there where at some point, even the artist doesn't even remember how their actual the parts on the songs go.
Yeah, exactly.
But does it matter though?
It does. It does, because people are getting turned on, especially as a new band, people are getting turned on to your recorded music via a streaming service or whatever, your friends. So when they go to see you, you don't want to commit fraud. You need to play close to, I mean, you can change things up, but it's got to sound somewhat like the recorded version of the song. And that's the issue that I have with a lot of bands, is that I will hear something. I just recently talked to a guy that's thinking about managing a band from the Midwest. And I heard the stuff and was like, man, this is fantastic. Is everybody on this? Yada, yada. He's like, yeah, that's the band. I was like, man, the producer did a great job. I was like, I really want to see this fiddle player. And he's like, well, the fiddle player was a studio guy. I was like, yeah, but the band has a fiddle player. Well, no. Well, 10 of the songs have fiddle on it, with key fiddle lines harmonizing electric guitar. If I don't see that fiddle player, I'm going to just turn around and be like, oh, okay, it's another one of those bands, that just hired a bunch of studio guys, and then I'm going to just not think anything of that band.
Is that the producer's fault or the artist's fault? Like, hey, I really don't have a fiddle player. I can't afford a fiddle player. Should I still put fiddle on this record? Should I try to make the best record I can make regardless of who's in my band? Or do I need to think about who I have right now? Because that might be a little short-sighted too. But I can see both sides of this.
Well, when I go in especially with a young band that maybe they don't necessarily have a band, but they've got the songs, and we start going in, especially a new act, I try to make a record that they can replicate. And I ask them, now things may change, but I'm like, okay, are you thinking about adding a fiddle player or a steel player? You have to go in and talk about that. Like I have that conversation, and granted, sometimes I make a record that might have steel guitar and then they don't get a steel player. And it's like, well, it's not what necessarily we went through, and that's what we talked about. And that makes me sad, because I could have made a record without steel guitar and had something that you could perform.
Especially if it's the melody or the hook.
Yeah.
If it's like the main hooky part.
I mean, it's gotta and I feel like sometimes everybody wants to make the best record they possibly can, and I get that, but in now 2019, it's as I said, as I tell a lot of bands, it's easy to make Sgt. Pepper's with the technology that we have, but everybody forgets to make Meet the Beatles. Like, you have to make the first record. You can't just jump into the crazy out there record. If you're a new act, like, you got to be able to put something out that you can perform night after night with a quality band. And if you're not, then you're just making recorded music to make recorded music.
Well, that's what happens with a lot of beginners, first record guys. With the band, you can only afford what you can afford, so you can't have, you're at that level. You have no choice.
Well, the other side of it too is I know guys that walk in on their first record and, okay, I've got $50,000 to make this first record.
Dude.
Throw it at everything and everybody. And then their band goes out and tours it, and they sound nothing like what the record sounds like at all. And then, in fact, one act I know of, like, the band sounds better than the record. And the songs sound more together than they do on the record. And the record is kind of boring and flat, and they spent that much money on it. And I'm just like, whoa, like, what the hell did you guys do? And then they want to do the next record for $5,000.
It happens.
Yes, it does.
It's usually when the band that's never played in the studio before, guilts the boss man into having them on the record. And you're limited with the skills. You're back with my offhanded comment.
That can definitely, you have to pick and choose those battles as an artist, not even as like a producer. As an artist, like you have to choose like where do you want to go with your career.
Hasn't Lloyd made a career out of that?
And Lloyd has been great.
He gets magic out of I don't know.
Yeah, he can take I learned a lot from that. Working 7 years, how many albums? 150, 200
Keep digging. There's oil down there somewhere.
And and you go for it, and it's just like, but a lot of those too, like when that happens, they'll, sometimes the artist is like, oh, now I understand what a studio musician is.
Yeah.
And Lloyd was really good too about filling in those holes.
He's still alive, by the way.
Yeah, yes. I'm about to play with him. About filling in those holes musically when there wasn't like, okay, I'm going to capo up and play a guitar part up here, right? Even though you're in G position, I'm going to capo somewhere and do this alternate line so there's movement in the song that may not normally be there.
He's a producer that if you've never been in the studio before or have limited experience, you will learn a ton. You'll come out of there a better musician.
Yes, you definitely will.
Working with that guy back in the day, he hadn't called me in like 20 years, maybe longer. No, about 20 years.
Well, you just saw him.
I've seen him, but I'm talking like getting the call.
Yeah.
Okay. No comment.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Let's switch it over now.
Okay.
Awkward transition.
Yeah.
Okay, how about these same people? There might still be guys, and I've probably done this in the early days, but I've known people that do this. You walk into the bar venue for the first time, and somebody starts dropping like this place sucks. This is like, can't believe we're playing here, and like the bar staff's listening.
Yeah.
The cleaning lady is listening. The promoter somebody's there. The local sound guy is there. And they're hearing this one band guy just talking about how the venue is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's trashing the venue before you even done anything. That's embarrassing, no?
Oh, it's completely embarrassing. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. It's that simple because you don't know.
I need to tattoo that on me.
Yeah. You don't know who's in that venue right there. You don't know that, what's going on in that venue. You don't know the history of it. You don't know if maybe the band the night before trashed the place.
Is it hard? Is it hard for young guys to not say anything?
I think so. Like everybody feels like it's okay to talk shit. And they don't really care, but they don't really care about hurting other people's feelings, but also they will be the first ones to cry if you say something to them about, hey, maybe you should change this or that didn't really work.
All right. So let's move to here's some band drama that, even saying drama is a little dramatic.
Yes.
It's not that much, but it's normally when somebody is saying something about somebody else in the organization to somebody else, and you happen to be standing there, so it's like you're in that conversational circle, but it doesn't really concern you, and you may not know that other person that well yet. You got to leave. You got to get out of there. Yeah. Because here's the thing.
Don't get in the middle of that
stuff.
If
somebody is upset because somebody did something, it's like, tell that person directly. Don't tell anybody else. That has nothing to do with it. If someone's not doing their job or somebody's doing something weird, like if the bus driver's doing something they're not supposed to or something like that, I'm just making things up. It's like I don't need to hear that because that doesn't concern me. Yeah. And it's been very hard to exit those conversations, to get out of there, because what that does, you get it colors your relationship with this person that you don't have a relationship with.
Yes.
Like if you don't know this person, that, like, say if you join a new band and you're hearing somebody dogging on somebody else and you don't even know that person that well enough, that clouds your whole judgment.
Yeah,
and
you might think
it's
that,
over. Yeah.
You might think that person's like, oh man, that guitar player is a fucking asshole because the drummer said all this.
Yeah.
And then what you may not know is just that they argued about something 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the drummer's still holding it over the guitar player's head.
So your opinion of that person is tarnished now.
Yep. And then it may not be anything, and then you see them 3 days later, hanging out and like hugging on each other, and like it's like, oh, that was all just false because the drummer was mad.
Well, it's taken many years to get to this level, and I still haven't perfected it. But it's literally like walking away. That's the hardest one. Or like if you're stuck, you can't go, there's nowhere to walk to. It's like don't ask any questions, don't add anything, say nothing.
Yeah.
Just
put your headphones in.
Switzerland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Get your phone out.
Get your phone out.
But that's another thing that I've seen. It's like I don't know. It's like you kind of have to actually be selfish about the drama. If it doesn't concern you, then don't get involved. I don't want to hear it. Like talk to the person that you're talking about. Don't talk to me about it. Talk to them.
Don't talk to each other about it. Talk to the guy that Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it done and over with so it doesn't.
Everybody in the band knows the way you feel or what somebody else did, except that guy. Oh my God, dude! What did you bring back from California,
dude? I don't know, but I don't like it. I'm gonna be editing out a lot of coughs on my side.
You're actually gonna have to actually do an edit on your own.
I'm gonna have to edit my own coughs. Write those numbers down.
Yay. So I gotta mark the numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the producer.
All right, that's right. I am the producer. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay, here's another thing. Do you have signs in your bathroom on your bus about no number 2, no paper?
No, because we all know.
And then what about if you have guests on the bus?
We just tell them, like if it's a new guest, we're just like, hey, remember, no number 2.
What about that French fucker, Fleur Pierre? Floor Piers.
Floor Piers.
What do you do about that?
We always put a towel down.
So someone's standing on dried pee?
Well, that's why you never go barefoot in there.
Yeah. That's rule number 1. You should never be. I see guys barefoot on the bus. I'm going like, are you crazy?
Yeah, never.
That's the same guy who won't go barefoot in the hotel.
Yeah. You're right.
What is that guy?
You're so right.
Okay, yeah. So, you go on all these different buses and they got the signs. There's signs everywhere. It's like that Tesla cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm feeling like we're grown men. I don't need a sign. I don't need a sign to tell me if I pee on the floor to wipe it up.
But there's always going to be somebody that's like, well, I didn't know.
If the bus hits a bump, I'm pretty good aim after all these years.
Yeah.
But every now and then,
Yeah, you hit a bump and, it's like, oh, okay. Then
you hit a weird angle in the bowl.
Yeah. And then, just clean it up. Be courteous.
But do you need a sign?
No. Unless it's going to be if you sprinkle when you tinkle.
We're grown. We're grown men. We don't need that. Okay. So I wanted to talk about that. Okay. So now, you don't have an opinion? No signs?
No sign.
But you've seen signs on other people's buses.
Oh, definitely. Like I've seen signs everywhere on buses.
It's amazing. You get on the bus and you forget how to be an adult.
Yeah.
Which goes to this next thing. Okay, this is towards the artist.
Okay.
Are you scared?
No.
Okay. So, no matter how the band guys are with the bunk doors, do you have that rule? If the bunk doors, the door to the bunks is always closed?
Yeah. We always keep it closed, yeah.
If you think somebody is always assume someone's sleeping is what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. We got to refresh this again.
Yeah.
Because this stuff is still coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Always assume. And I'm loud and
all this coughing probably keeping everyone up and sick.
And I have a tendency to, like, I'll be talking to somebody as I'm going into the hallway, and I gotta remember, and I'm that guy, and I've got to stop it because I got to catch myself, or like Zach or somebody will ask me something, and I'll just like start talking and be like, shit, somebody's asleep. Sorry,
you trail off into the bunk area.
Yeah,
You're like the smoker that blows the last bit of smoke as he's walking back in the bus.
Walking in the bus.
Like, thanks, guy. That shit's following us back in here.
Yeah. I do. I've got to catch myself on that. That's my bad habit because I'm usually laughing and having a good time.
I know you got a hearty laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's even hard to expect band guys to respect the bunk area and to keep the door shut and always assume someone's sleeping in there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with the artist: no matter what bus you're on, no matter what boss it is, when they're up, everybody's up. They leave the doors open. They're slamming the doors. They're talking on their phone, going through the bunk area. Their ringer's always on.
Yeah.
It's those guys. Like, they don't care. Like, when the artist is up, everybody's up. All the lights are on.
Yeah.
Doors are open. Come on, man.
We're actually really good about
It's there. We have a band.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's just the artist, yeah. Artist and crew that plays music.
I guess it's like, it's my bus. I do what I want. When I'm up, I'm up. I'm not tiptoeing through my own bus. You should be up anyway.
Yeah. If I'm up, everybody else should be up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's do something good now.
Okay.
With the artist. Have you been able to find the hidden boss man compliments?
Oh.
They rarely come out and say,
Good
well,
job.
you know how I feel about the good show.
Yeah.
I know how good my coffee is.
Yeah.
I'm the one that buys it. Now
Yeah.
Bunny, she buys shit. When I drink coffee, I want to taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't good show me.
Yeah.
But sometimes they will give a compliment, but it comes in a weird way. Like they'll say like, I really like Adam. I really like your bass.
Yeah.
Sounded cool. And what is it? What's the boss telling you right there?
That you played your bass correctly.
You can't bring another bass out. This is the only bass you can bring now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it definitely is telling you that.
So yeah, you think it's a compliment, but they're really like
saying
something.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful what gear you bring out.
Yeah.
If the boss man says something about your drums, your kick drum, or your guitar, or whatever, oh, I like that guitar. That's pretty much, hey, dude, this is it. This is the guitar I use out here. I wanted to bring something else. I don't even know why I brought this.
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck playing this now. So that's kind of like I think that's kind of like a clue. Am I overthinking this?
No. I would say years ago, Roscoe Beck told me that he was playing with a band and live on tour, on a big tour. And he played something, and one night the boss man came up and goes, "It's an interesting lick you played on that song."
That's not good.
And he goes, "It's different than what was on the record." And he knew exactly what that meant.
Yeah. Strike one.
Yeah. Yeah. Made sure he played the lick the same way it was on the record every other night.
Now that's an adult way to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole point here is be careful what gear you bring out. Because the boss might like it.
Might like it.
You're trying to be funny and you're bringing something out. You're bringing Gus that's like on his last leg out.
Don't be knocking Gus.
It's still around?
Gus is still around.
Oh, my God.
Needs a little work.
Okay. All right. And then the other thing is, so we talked about weird stuff artists do, how artists can kind of give you a compliment, but it's actually they're telling you what's up. And now you have remember what you were hired for?
Yes.
I have the most trouble with this one.
That one.
Yeah, just if you're hired to play drums, you just play drums. Why is it so hard for people just to do the thing that they were hired for?
Well,
they make the job very difficult. They start getting in with the drama. Somebody was talking to somebody, I can't believe this person did that, and it's like, oh man.
Yep.
But it's hard to just do your job. I feel like
it is.
Life will be a lot easier if you did.
If you just did your job, but then if you don't just do your job, you don't show more. Then they're just like, oh, you're not dedicated.
No, not necessarily. What are the three things you need to do? Have shit that works.
Yes.
Show up on time. Play the songs.
Play the song.
That's it. That's the T-base 3 points for keeping your job.
We need that as a shirt.
Yeah. Have shit that works. Show up on time. Play the songs.
Play the shit.
You want to just put shit for everything?
Yes.
Okay. Who's going to buy that?
Musicians.
All right. I promise you, if you have other skills, someone will notice.
Oh, yeah.
They'll notice. I promise that. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm editing some mixes I did. Oh, I didn't know that you were doing,
Yeah.
But that's how that works. It's not like, hey, guys, guess what No.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever want to do demos, I can. No, so you don't do that. They have to find out.
Yeah, but then they're still going to be like, oh, then you cut me demos.
Well, then you're stuck doing the boss's liners in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
All day, right?
I do that anyway.
But you never know what that might lead to.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I think I'm pretty good on this. This is a little short one. I want to just throw some stuff out. I do have one case file.
Oh, give me a case file.
You sure you want this one?
Yeah.
This is Hanks and McKinney.
Dude, give it to me. I haven't been there in forever.
Me either. I didn't want to go this time. They have drug deals now. They have dealers that stay at the hotel.
What?
You know the hotel that's next door?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have dealers that like they like live there for a week.
Oh, dude.
And just start coming up and asking if you want anything. I told them I was good. Yeah. No?
Damn.
That's been going on for a while, though. That's not a secret, is it?
I know, but yeah.
What? He might have something you need.
Something.
I'm having trouble sleeping. What do you got for me?
What do you got?
Okay. Hanks, McKinney. We're playing the space music now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, it has a new, larger stage.
Nice.
It does have a ramp.
Nice.
You enter the stage from the outside, though.
Okay.
Think about that.
Even like, say it's pouring down rain.
It's a big, huge, like garage door. So you can't. You have to go through the dumpster back area, and now you're on the you're inside. You can't, because the stage is really high, so you can't. You can't jump up there. So you have to go through the door from the outside. So there's like a door, and then there's like the big door.
Yeah.
Which is weird. You're literally outside, so you can't. After the show, after there's an opener, you have to be outside and then open the door.
Yeah.
There's no wings of the stage. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of, and if you're in there watching the opener, you have to go back outside.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a little weird.
Yeah. They could have done that better.
So there's no real backstage. I mean, there's that place where they used to have the barbecue and the drinks.
Yeah.
That room is still there, but like I said, you're in there past the dumpsters in that room inside. Then you have to go back out. You have to walk past the dumpsters again, and then up the little steps back into from outside back in. That's how that works. I don't know, but it's better. But it's still like they could have thought it through a little bit more. I feel like it's weird. So like after the show, you have to go back outside again to come back in.
Yeah.
Unless you jump off the stage.
Off the stage.
Are you at your age? You jumping off the front?
Yeah. I broke ribs when I was young, man.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, the backstage is just the you smell like barbecue room.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no private bathrooms still. We already know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll put tables in front, depending on kind of band you are.
Yeah.
So.
And how many tickets you sold?
Yeah. I still like the bartender there. There's a bartender there named Lauren. She's real nice. She's been there forever.
Nice.
Edit.
Okay.
What else is going on here? I talked about the hotel. Well, the good thing is that there is a hotel right next to the venue.
Yeah.
The bad news is it's that hotel that's right next to the venue.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to if you need any drugs or anything. I'm not judging. But so that's the only thing that I mean, I don't. We had a front of house guy, so I don't know what their normal guys are, so I can't judge on that. But I still don't think it's still not a real venue.
No.
Is it getting closer? Yes.
but still not there.
But it's still not there. I'd love to see what it's like with whoever their local sound guy is.
Yeah.
See what happens there. But, they give you food.
Yeah.
And the bartenders are really nice.
So what you're saying is they updated the iOS, but they're still updating a 4 Plus.
Yeah. It's Pro Tools, but it's 7.9.
Yeah. There you go.
How long ago was that?
Oh, oof. I made Mission, California, I think, in a studio that had 6, but everybody else was on 7. So yeah.
Okay. All right. This is a short, little boring one we're doing here. Okay. I got one more case file. Unless you have anything to add.
I'm good on that. I'll save my case files. I've got some case file stuff.
You got some out of state ones.
Yeah, I got some more out of state stuff.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'm knocking one out real quick.
Okay. Go ahead.
We did the Showboat Saloon in Wisconsin Dells.
Ooh.
And that place was just amazing because they had a sidebar that they made our green room. And so we had our own private bathrooms and our own private kitchen and drinks. And so the PA was one where I walked in and was like, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. But the local sound company knew exactly everything, mic'd everything up, everything. Monitors sounded fantastic. Front of house sounded great. I mean, everything was awesome about it. And the bar owners, promoters, Robbie and Jesse, were freaking fantastic to us. And it was a real venue. It was one of those where the stage was in front of the window, and then you were kind of V'd off in the corner. So you had tables on one side and the bar on the other, but everybody could see from almost basically wherever you were, you could still see the stage. Even if you kind of wanted to be off in the back, you could kind of talk, but you could still see the band and stuff. And it was just a fun little thing. And they had a little extra wing because the band was kind of bigger. We got the steel players, so Zach could set up on the little wing and everything. And it was awesome. So another good positive review.
Playing out of state is fun, isn't it?
It's the best. You kind of get caught up in this what's going on in the tri-state, Texas, Oklahoma, Texas area. Mm-hmm. And
I call that the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, that's it. And then when you go out of state, you realize how fans don't take things for granted, but also fans are the first ones to call out a shitty band. Those people out of state, if you can't bring it, they'll be the first ones to walk up, and they will come up and be like, you fucking suck. There are things that we get away with in Texas that would not fly in any other state.
Mediocrity?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I'm glad we're getting some. I don't know who's playing these same venues that you guys are around here. Probably not many that listen.
No, and I wish they would because they're fucking out there, man, and they're cool, and they love the music, but they love when a band can pull it off. I
love the East Coast venues and the West Coast venues. Those are always been my favorite, especially the East Coast because the cities are real close together, so the trips are real short. So you have more time to explore before sound check.
And sound check and culture.
And and sometimes union loaders, which are hilarious, guys.
Oh, dude. When you have to deal with union loaders and, it's break time. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'll do one more.
Give me one more. We'll end this.
Panther Island Pavilion in Fort Worth.
How is that? I haven't been there. I think the guys have been, but I haven't been.
You about to find out.
Yeah.
All right. And we're playing the music again.
Yeah. Music back.
Okay. So I drove there because I was watching a dog.
I've seen the dog. You've sent me
I
pictures.
had to drive up and then get back to the dog.
Yeah,
he had pee pads, so he was fine. But still. Did I want to drive up there? No.
No, you don't.
It's kind of confusing when you drive there because it's like a dirt road. You're going through a drive-through. It's very unintuitive to get there to the backstage part.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, is this the way we're going? Like you pass it and then you go away from it, and then you're almost like on a sidewalk. People are jogging, and then all of a sudden you're there. You're backstage. It's very, very, for me, it was confusing driving there. I wasn't really paying attention to the map. That probably had something to do with it.
Yeah.
All right. and I didn't want to drive on a gravel road.
Yeah. Okay. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Okay.
They had a backstage trailer, so if guys are like in a van and stuff, there's a backstage trailer, had AC and stuff.
Cool. Good.
Had drinks and protein bars. That's what you want, is a protein bar while you're on the road. So you don't poop till you get home.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't see any bathrooms.
Really?
They had to be there. Maybe it's the water, because this is a water venue. All the crowd is on floats in front of a stage that's way up high. So everyone there.
What?
Yeah. There's like
I didn't know this. I had no
there's
idea.
like a sand bank on the other, like a beachfront on the other side of the stage, other side of the water, and there's like a footbridge that you walk over there with your iPad or however kids are mixing these days, and you stand on the shore on the other side, and then I guess you walk back over for sound check. But the band is on the stage. It's water in front of you. It drops down pretty far, so you're pretty high up on this little pavilion, and the sun kind of sets as the show is going on. So the sun is like literally. I was so hot at this thing, and not in a good way hot, that I was like hallucinating, and I thought I was kept looking at my arm to see if I was getting like a sun rash or whatever, heat rash. I was losing concentration of where I was in the song and in life while I was playing this thing. The only thing that kind of pulled me out of it was they had those little floor fans that the band has. So I had one of those just hitting my back. And
back.
And watching the drummer and see how much more hot he was than I was, that kind of made me feel like a little bit better. And one of the lifeguards looked kind of okay from where I was, and that was kind of snapping me out of it. But yeah, everyone's on like little tubes and floats out there drinking all day. So basically, that water is probably beer, piss, and whatever else was normally in there.
There's a lot of piss in that.
In that short little area, a small area where they're all there on floats and stuff. Everyone out in bathing suits.
So how do they
and
get
floats.
drinks? I'm confused by this. Is there a bar, like a floating bar?
Maybe they get. I don't know. Maybe they buy them across the way, or they bring the coolers that are floating with them or something. I don't know how it works.
I feel awkward right now.
But everyone was in the whole crowd is in the water.
In the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just going off memory here. What else did I have? Yeah.
Is there? So is that a real venue?
They had a belly flop contest.
That answered the question.
Yeah. So before our show, they had like 4 or 5 dudes that, like, literally holding your ankles, belly flopping, just slamming down there. Yeah. But that was
Man.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a real venue, but it's something I wouldn't enjoy, being around beer and piss on a float all day.
But I could see, honestly though, I could see people enjoying it. Like,
there's a lot of people there.
Yeah, I could see it. Like,
I just don't own. I own one bathing suit, and I don't have any shorts.
Yeah.
And flip flops aren't real shoes. So I mean, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But like I said, there are a lot of people there. They seem to enjoy it. Normally, they get the bands afterwards to jump in the water off the stage.
Yeah. But you didn't do that.
Hell no.
Yeah, I know.
I had to get back to the dog, dude.
What if you?
Corey did. Corey Morrow did. Dude. I was like, out of nowhere, after the show ended, we're playing the walk-off music. I've been trying to get them to do the Three's Company theme song for the walk-off. We haven't got there yet.
Yeah.
Working on it.
Nice.
I've been working on that for 10 years with the band. Like, we started with Paz. Like, can we do this?
Like, no.
So Corey jumps straight up, does a 1.5 backflip into a gainer into the wall. I thought he was going to hit his head on the edge of the stage, but he didn't. Unbelievable, dude.
Dude, you took my Corey Morrow story. I was going to have a Corey Morrow story for today.
I guess I'm doing the one then.
Then today it's you. I mean, I could pull one out.
1.5 backflip into a, what's a gainer? Gainer's when you stretch out, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I don't know.
Gainer?
Gloria? Is that what you're singing right now?
Gloria Gaynor.
Dude, I was incredible. I couldn't believe it.
Dude.
Where's he been hiding at?
I won't say anything.
Anyway, yeah, so he jumped in, and I was, dude, we talked about my rig on the last podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like packed up in like
you're ready to get out of there.
maybe 10 minutes, and that's like taking a piss, saying bye to people again. Sometimes I just say bye before the show starts to the band.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'm
Be
out.
out of here when the show's
This is
over.
the goodbye right here, all right? Hey, good
Yes,
show.
good show.
Don't good show me.
Good joke. Guys.
Yeah, I take a piss. I guess I could have just gone off the stage taking a piss the way everyone else was in there, probably.
Yeah, no
but
shit.
yeah, I grabbed the protein bar on the way out, a couple bottled waters, and dude, I am on that sidewalk that turns into a dirt road, that turns into a drive-in movie that's still operational,
Nice.
and then back on the highway out of there.
Yeah, heading back.
I got home in 2 hours and like 40 minutes.
Nice. Puppy dog was ready.
I got in and he was kind of like, eh.
Hey,
You again.
you're back.
This guy.
I used this pad.
Yeah.
Clean this pad for me.
Where are we with this podcast?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're about to start doing some remote episodes.
We need to.
Yep.
So I just wanted to do this one just to get these two podcasts that are coming out almost back to back, hopefully. Just recapping some stuff that I've been seeing that's still not been settled, and maybe
fixed.
whoever is listening maybe need to listen again. I don't know if some people want to start the podcast from the beginning, but man, can you listen to those first podcasts again?
I'm not going to.
I can't do it, man. We got can't do it.
We got flow now.
We went through a phase we were saying basically like 1,000 times a show.
I think I said yeah.
Are you still doing the yeah?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd just like to say, anyone who does listen on iTunes, please, you don't have to write a review. We would kindly would like a 5-star rating.
Or 1 star. It don't matter.
Dude, we're like almost at like 40,000 downloads.
Dude.
For a podcast that hasn't done anything in almost all year.
And
that's like one person downloading and then everyone else in the van going, why are we listening to this?
why are we listening to this?
But we've only had like 28 reviews.
Hold on, I'm looking this up.
Where's the balance here? What are we doing?
I don't know. 4.5 stars. Who gave us a
The two people from the hired and fired guys.
Oh yeah. I can't see them.
The two people from there gave us I'm surprised we didn't get more from that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty weak on those stars. Like, guys, come on. Like we said, this is it's free to listen to, but it's not free for us to make. And Adam's never around anymore. And I was supposed to buy a mic for my house for so we could do this remotely for about like 4 months now. I haven't bought a mic yet.
He doesn't want to anymore.
Can I just take one of these mics home?
Ask Dave.
What do I need? The SM7?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What am I on right now?
You're on SM7.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what you're on.
How much are these? What do these run?
I don't know, like 360?
Holy smokes. Maybe
Some of those base cabs of yours.
maybe Sweetwater can give me a Sweetwater deal.
A sweet, watery deal.
I love them, dude. They're great. Brandon over there, Brendan Murphy?
Dude.
Or is it Brendan Murphy?
Brendan
Murphy.
I don't know. Mine's Mac Hatton. Mac is awesome.
That's your guy?
Yeah. I've been using him for a decade
I
now.
like Murphy. He's great. He used to send me stuff on the road to the hotel from the next venue overnight.
See, that's what I like about, what I like the most about Sweetwater. I can't believe this is becoming a Sweetwater commercial.
We're done, but whatever.
We're done, but those guys, like when my mix computer went out and I needed a new one, I wanted them to build it and stuff like that. Like they went in and took some old plugins that I had paid for years and years ago and got them to upgrade them and stuff like that. They're just like, no, he's been using them every day for years.
Yeah, if you need a laptop, Mac laptop Pro, whatever, they'll load it all in there for you.
Yep, they'll do all that stuff.
They send you all done.
I got a PC built, and it was great, and they've been there, and it's warranted, and they.
Those 3 days trying to type in all those codes.
No, dude.
Oh,
I know what it's like to load software on a computer, so the fact that I don't have to is amazing.
yeah. Yeah, a DI or something went out, or I needed a new one or something, and literally called him from whatever city we were in, told him where I was told him the hotel, where I was going to be at the next day. Overnight, we get to the hotel, it's there.
It's there. Yeah.
That's pro ball.
That's how it should be.
That's Sweetwater right there. Man,
we need a sponsor.
Is this our first? Is this our first? Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even we haven't got paid by them.
So all I wanted was just for someone just to get some more. 28 people.
Come on.
Out of all the tens of thousands of people that have been listening, you can't go over there, tap on the thing.
I just did.
You can't tap. Did it work?
Yeah, it says it worked.
No. Okay, let's go. I gotta go.
Let's get out of here. You need to drive.
All right.
Okay.
See you guys.
Bye.